The alien empire of Zypharian ruled 1,000 star systems. Its emperor Verlax the Eternal was feared across the galaxy. They said his eyes could read lies. They said his mind could crush planets. They said no human could ever stand before him and remain calm. Yet now, the emperor lay still on his crystal bed, eyes closed, breath slow. He looked asleep. But Verlax was not sleeping. He was testing. For weeks, the palace sensors had warned him. Something small. Something quiet. Something human, not soldiers. Not rebels. Not spies, a child. Humans were servants in the empire. Weak, short-lived, emotional. Verlax hated lies more than weakness. So he decided to pretend he shut down half his power. Slowed his heart and closed his eyes. Only his mind stayed awake. If any human dares to touch the emperor, he thought, I will know the truth of their kind. Far below the throne chamber, a human woman walked fast through metal halls. Her name was Mira. She was a maid. Her job was simple, clean. Stay silent, obey. Beside her walked her daughter, Ilya, small and thin, holding a cloth bag. Ilya was not allowed here. But today was different. Do not speak, Mira whispered. Do not look up. Do not stop. Ilya nodded. She had learned silence early. The Empire took Mira's husband years ago. The Empire took their home. The Empire took everything. Except Ilya. The doors to the Emperor's chamber opened with a deep sound. Cold light filled the room. Ilya's breath stopped. The chamber was huge. Crystals floated in the air. Alien symbols glowed on the walls, and there, on the high bed of energy and stone, lay the Emperor himself, asleep, or so it seemed. Mira bowed low, shaking. Clean the floor. Quickly, she whispered. Ilya knelt, her hands touched the cold, crystal ground. But something felt wrong. The room was too quiet. Verlax listened. The human woman was afraid. That was normal, but the child. No fear screams. No fast breath. No trembling heart. Interesting. Ilya cleaned. Slowly, her eyes stayed down, but then she noticed something strange. The energy lines on the floor. They were broken. Small cracks. Dark spots. She had seen this before in the servant tunnels. Power leak, she whispered. Mira froze. Ilya stopped talking. But Ilya's eyes moved to the Emperor. He looked. Pale, not dead. But wrong. The energy bed was failing. Verlax felt it. The child was thinking. Not fear. Not greed. Concern. Impossible. Ilya stood up. Mira grabbed her arm. No, do not move. But Ilya shook her head. If the bed fails, he will die, she said softly. Mira's face turned white. Human child, Verlax thought. What are you planning? Ilya stepped forward. Each step echoed. She reached the base of the bed. Her small hands opened the cloth. Bagged inside were simple tools. Wires, metal strips. A small energy patch. Things she made from trash. Verlax's mind sharpened. A human child. With tools. Ilya climbed onto the side platform. Her hands moved fast. She patched a cracked. Then another. The energy glow grew stronger. The Emperor's heart stabilized. Verlax felt it. The child was saving him. Not knowing who he truly like. Was. Mira whispered through tears. Come back. Please. But Ilya did not stop. She reached the final crack. It was deep. Too deep. The energy flared. A burst of power shot out and hit Ilya's arm. She cried out and fell back. Verlax almost stood. Almost. But he waited. Ilya gasped. Holding her arm. Burned. But she smiled. It's working, she said. The bed glowed bright. Blue. Stable. Alive. Vor. Lax opened his eyes. The room shook. Myra screamed and fell to the floor. Ilya froze. The Emperor sat up. His eyes burned like stars. Human child, Verlax said, his voice filling the chamber. You touched the Emperor. Guards rushed in. Weapons raised, Myra cried, "Please!" She didn't know. "Kill me, not her." Ilya stepped forward. "She was only cleaning," Ilya said. "I fixed the bed." "That is all." Silence. The guards waited. Verlax looked at the small human, burned arm. Dirty clothes. Steady eyes. No fear, only truth. "For centuries," Verlax said slowly, "no being has helped me without wanting power." He stood tall. "You may leave." The guards froze. Myra looked up. "What?" She whispered. "But the child," Verlax continued, "will return." Ilya's heart jumped. "Tomorrow," he said, "because I must know." His eyes narrowed. What else humans can do when no one is watching? The next day, the palace changed. Guards stood closer. Drones floated lower. The air felt heavy. Myra walked again through the long metal halls, her legs weak. Ilya walked beside her, quiet, her burned arm wrapped in cloth. They stopped before a smaller chamber near the throne room. The doors opened. Inside. Emperor Verlax waited. Awake. Watching. Double quotes human child. Verlax said calmly, "Step forward." Myra fell to her knees. "Please, my emperor," she cried. "She is only a child." Verlax raised one finger. Myra went silent. Ilya stepped forward. Her heart beat fast. But her face stayed calm. "You repaired ancient technology," Verlax said. "Without training, without fear." Ilya looked at the floor. "I fix broken things," she said. "That is all." Verlax's eyes glowed faintly. "Today," he said, "you will fix something else." The wall opened. Behind it stood a broken war drone. Large. Dead. Dangerous. "This machine killed 100 soldiers," Verlax said. "It obeyed no command." Ilya swallowed. "It will activate again," Verlax continued. "You will repair it." Myra cried out, "She will die." Verlax's voice turned cold. "If she fails." "Yes." Silence filled the room. Verlax watched closely. This was the true test, not skilled choice. Ilya walked toward the drone. It was tall as a wall. Its chest was open. Wires hanging like veins. She climbed. Inside, her hands touched the metal. Cold. Old. Angry. The drones. I suddenly lit red. Myra screamed. Guards raised weapons. Verlax did not move inside the machine. Ilya closed her eyes. She remembered her father. He fixed water pumps. He fixed doors. He fixed hope. "Machines listen," he used to say. "If you listen first," Ilya spoke softly, "I am not your enemy." The drone paused. Its power flickered. Verlax's eyes widened. Ilya rerouted energy. She cleaned a burnt node. She rewired a control path. The drone trembled. Then slowly, "It's red." I turned blue. The machine knelt. Silent. Obedient. Alive. The chamber shook with gasps. No human had ever done this. Verlax stood. "You did not force it," he said. "You understood it." Ilya nodded. "It was hurting," she said. "So it hurt others." Silence. Verlax turned away. His hands clenched for the first time in centuries. The emperor felt shame. Days passed. Ilya returned again and again, each time a harder test. Broken ships, failed reactors, dead cities. Each time. Ilya fixed them, not with power, not with patience. The palace began to whisper, "The human child is dangerous. The human child is special. The human child must be stopped." One night, Verlax watched stars from his chamber. His advisors spoke. "Humans are tools," one said. "Do not forget." Verlax said nothing. His mind returned to the child, to her calm eyes. Suddenly, alarms screamed. Red lights flashed. A voice echoed. "Rebellion in Sector 9. Verlax turned. "That is the human sector," he said. Screens lit up. Cities burned. Human workers ran. Alien soldiers fired. Ilya Verlax whispered. He summoned her at once. She arrived breathless. "My emperor." "You must choose," Verlax said. He showed her the screens. Your people rebel. They will be destroyed, Mira cried behind her. If you help them, Verlax continued. You betray the Empire. If you refuse, they die. Ilya's hands shook. She looked at the burning city. She saw children running. She saw fear. She saw herself. I will help them, she said. The room froze. Guards raised weapons. Mira screamed. Verlax raised his hand. Stand down. The guards stopped. You choose humans, Verlax said slowly. Yes, Ilya replied. Even if I die. Verlax stared. Then he laughed. A deep, quiet sound. You have passed, he said. Ilya blinked. What? The Empire is broken, Verlax said. It forgot why it was built. He turned to the stars. I pretended to sleep to find truth. His eyes softened, and I found humanity. He faced the guards. Withdraw from Sector 9. Shock filled the room. But Emperor and Advisor protested. Verlax's voice thundered. Obey. The screens changed. Soldiers retreated. Fires stopped. Humans lived. Ilya fell to her knees. Tears fell. Mira held her tight. Verlax looked down at them. This is not the end, he said. This is the beginning. He leaned closer to Ilya. You will teach us, or we will fall. Sighed. The stars burned bright. The galaxy had changed because a human child chose kindness over fear. The galaxy did not sleep. News spread faster than light. The Emperor protected humans. The Emperor stopped the attack. The Emperor listened to a human child. Many systems were angry. Many were afraid, and many planned betrayal. Far beyond the palace. In the dark sector of space, the High Council of Zyfarian met in secret. The Emperor is weak, one said. He has chosen emotion over order. He has chosen humans, another hissed. They reached one decision. Verlax must fall. In the palace, Verlax stood alone. He felt it. A storm was coming. He called Ilya to the observation hall. Stars moved slowly outside the glass walls. Do you know what you started? Verlax asked. Ilya shook her head. I only saved people. Verlax nodded. That is how empires end, he said. And how better ones begin. Alarms exploded. The palace shook. Red light filled the halls. Coup in progress. Warships appeared in orbit. Guns aimed at the capital. Mira grabbed Ilya. They will kill you. Verlax turned. No, he said. They will try. The High Council sent a message. Step down, Emperor, the voice said. Or we erase Earth and every human colony. Ilya froze. Verlax closed his eyes, then opened them. Bring me the humans, he ordered. Advisors stared. You want servants in war? Verlax's voice was calm. No, he said. I want allies. Humans arrive from all sectors. Engineers, medics, farmers, teachers. No weapons. Only minds. The council laughed. What can weak humans do? Verlax said nothing. He looked at Ilya. Show them. He said. Ilya stepped forward. She stood before alien generals, before machines of war. We do not destroy. She said softly. We fix. The enemy fleet fired. The first blast hit the planetary shield. It cracked. Human. Engineers ran. They did not panic. They connected systems never meant to connect. Old alien tech. Human tools. Broken ideas. Ilya worked at the center. Her hands moved fast. Her voice stayed calm. Redirect. Power, balance, pressure. Do not force. The shield stabilized. Then grew stronger. Blue turned to gold. The enemy guns failed. Their ships froze in. Space. The High Council screamed. How? Verlax smiled. They listened, he said, like humans do. Fighters launched toward the palace. They broke through. Aliens landed inside. Weapons ready. Myra stood in front of Ilya. Run, she said. Ilya shook her head. No. A soldier raised his weapon, then stopped. The power in his gun failed. Every gun failed. Human engineers had rewritten the system. The soldiers dropped their weapons, confused, afraid, Elia. Walked forward, go home, she said. This war is broken. Fold the soldiers left on in space. The enemy fleet shut down, not destroyed, disabled. The High Council sent one last message. You will fall. Verlax, replied calmly. Look around. Screens lit up across the galaxy. Humans helping aliens. Aliens helping humans. Cities rebuilding. Machines healing worlds. You ruled with fear, Verlax said. They rule with care. Silence, then surrender. The war ended without a single planet destroyed. For the first time in history, days later. The Empire gathered. Verlax stood before trillions of beings. He removed his crown. Gasps filled the halls. I was chosen to rule, he said. But they chose to heal. He placed the crown on the ground. He turned to Ilia. Will you rule? Ilia stepped back. No, she said. No one should rule alone. Verlax nodded. Then we will not have an emperor. Shock spread. We will have a union, he declared. Every species. Every voice. Years passed, the galaxy changed. Humans were no longer servants. They became builders, teachers, leaders, Mira opened a school. Verlax became a watcher of stars, Ilia grew. Older, but she never changed. One day, a child asked her, why did the emperor pretend to sleep? Ilia smiled, so the galaxy could wake up. Above them, the stars shined brighter than ever. Because humanity did not conquer the stars. They taught them how to care.